They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. He'll get it inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts looking middle, and that's complete. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Sanders will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. Time to see the offense for Green Bay go to work. Aaron Rodgers leading them. What a career it's been. Came into the league back in 2005 as the number 24 pick out of Cal.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Rodgers now to throw. That's complete to Dobbs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. On first down, Rodgers. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoff. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball. Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On first down, Hurts. In trouble, and he's taken down. Kenny Clark busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
He'll go right back to Tunyon. Now here's Trenton Gill now.
Here's Jackson to return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts.
He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Aaron Siposs now.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Being chased at, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Got a man, it's Brown. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
This from 32 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? And let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on. And how often does that team that had been playing before win game 1?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. When it's a one-shot deal like the NFL, that's critical. Because now you come in and you get the momentum, you can take them out in that one game and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance to recover, and they're usually the better team.
Well, they better halt that momentum on the other side quickly, or this might be their last game. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Rodgers going to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Hurts finding Goddard there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack.
Hurts. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball to their territory.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Jones. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cobb. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the 22, Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Oh, that was sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This, the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys matching up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. Well, the Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Rodgers now on first down. Throw left side, taken in by Washington.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
On second down, it's Jones. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers on the slant. He finds Washington. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. To throw is Rodgers.
And he'll get it right back to Washington. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Now Rodgers. And he'll find Washington. That's complete.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. Now it's Rodgers. Touchdown! Aaron Jones. A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this third quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points, and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. From the 31, Hurts. This will be caught by Brown.
Hurts connecting there with Brown for the Eagles first.
They're going to look to throw.
Out route pass complete to Goddard.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. A give running left. It's Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Devontae Smith.
51 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught left side by Cobb. A gain of 8 there on the play. And 3rd and 1 now.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter, and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Back to throw here.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Rolling to his left. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Hurts. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Boy, that one was well read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Hurts throw taken in by Pascal.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Blocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Packers offense set to go.
And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Rodgers now to throw. To the right side and complete to Washington. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. But here in the fourth quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. Ended up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. This one from 46 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus, they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. Come on.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, it's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 45 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 1st down, Hurts. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
This offense so far on third down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Going for it with Sanders. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And they get the guard, John Runyon. Now Rodgers.
That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cobb.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got an open man. It's QT.
And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. And again, it's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Washington.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down after a gain of about 11 as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. Caught on the right side by Jones. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down.
Now Rodgers, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as he'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And they will take a knee here. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
And the Eagles season will continue at least one more week. Thanks for watching, and so long, everybody.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.